Anita on brand language. How to know if your company's communication is good or bad. To put you at ease, I'm going to start by saying that business communication itself is neither good nor bad. It is the matter of whether it's good or bad for your company. Is it effective? And is it working for you or against you? Another question to ask yourself, is the way your company communicates good enough? I have these 4 questions that I ask my clients. You can use this for self-diagnosing your company's communication. Question number 1. Does your company have internal principles or guidelines on how you communicate with each other and with the outside world? Your do's and don'ts or red lines for your team to follow? Good for you if you have those. You can go right to question number 4 and I'm sure we'll find something for you too. If you don't have those just yet, then your communication probably isn't as good as it could be for the sake of your employees, partners, customers, and profit. Having such principles on what kind of interaction is and is not acceptable for your company will fix this aspect of your business once and for all. I will keep repeating and reminding just how important that is. To illustrate my point, I like to use this simple example on the way our brain functions. Do you know that feeling when your head is spinning because of all the tasks, meetings, inquiries, family issues, and so on that you have to deal with today, this week, or this month? Those seem excessive and cause additional stress when you're trying not to forget any of those. Thankfully, there is this simple method that works like magic for this. It's called writing all these points down. You can write those on a post-it note in a digital or paper notebook, or add to the calendar on your phone. Choose your preference, just get those things on there and out of your mind. When it's done, you may realize that in fact it's not that many. It's totally doable and it puts you at ease. This instant relief reduces your stress level, frees up space in your mind, and makes you more focused. As a result of all that, you can function more efficiently and get more things done. Writing down and structuring ground principles for companies' communication works pretty much the same. The main difference is that it affects the motivation, well-being, and output of every single member of your team. To realize the magnitude of this, recall that feeling of relief we just discussed. And now, multiply that feeling by the number of employees you have in your company. Do you feel how important that is? That's quite something, right? Question number 2. Does the superior management, or if you are the owner of your company or the CEO, then do you have it crystal clear how do you want this company to be seen by the outside world? The 1 or 2 people that are guiding your company should have this clearly set in their mind. If they do, they can answer these few questions without any hesitation. What is this company's purpose? Why does the world need this company? And my favorite question, which usually blows everyone's mind, if this company was a person, what kind of person would it be? Perfecting company's communication depends on the CEO having that image in their mind and being able to express it in actual words. Few CEOs have it on the spot, as far as I've seen, yet it's quite simple to get it out of them. It's the matter of asking them the right questions, letting them talk passionately about their business, listening carefully, reading between the lines, and being able to connect all the dots. They might have it as a feeling rather than an image or exact words. If you have set your mind on figuring this out for your company, from my experience, I advise having another person in the room with you, preferably a good listener who is good at structuring all that all over the place information. Most CEOs and top top managers have strong visual imagination, whether they know it or not. So this part should go smoothly. The tricky part is to get that feeling over to your employees so that all of you would be on the same page. How to do it? By putting that poetic feeling in very specific, precise, and ambiguous words together with an explanation. What do we mean by those words exactly? I will get deeper into this in the next question, but the idea is to leave as little gap for interpretation and misunderstandings as possible. The good thing is, it can be done. In fact, it's easier than you might think. So there's no excuse not to get this done for you too. After all, your public image and sales depend on it. A threefold question number 3. Does every single person in your team know the purpose of this company that they can actually relate to? The impact their work has on the world, people, and local processes? If their personal values agree with the values of the company? All this is about internal communication, but the thing is, through your team, all of this affects the way everyone else sees your company. It also deals with the motivation of your team. Please don't underestimate the reasons they wake up every morning and go to work, even on the days they wish they wouldn't have to. Sure, you give them a chance to lead a decent life, a sense of belonging, a feeling of being cared for, or even some bonuses. But other companies can give them that too, in one form or another. So how about you giving them purpose? A sense of a mission, not instead, but on top of it. What does it have to do with the communication, you may ask? Well, everything. Giving your team a clear focus of what your company is, where is it going, and what's their part in that is the foundation of company's proper internal communication. So to say, before giving your employees a uniform and tools, get their mindset right first. Question number 4. Does everyone representing your company leave the same image of your company to the outside world? Whatever the method of interaction, is it a one-to-one meeting, exchanging emails, or a post on your company's Facebook page? The overall impression should always be the same. Don't fall into the trap of being super kind, nice and friendly on your website and turning into something completely different when actually meeting your customers. That can have disastrous effect on your company's image and future sales. How to get it right every time and for each member of your team? Well, I imagine you know the answer by now. By having verbal communication guidelines or your internal principles detailed specifically for your company. It's like your company's Bible, where you have your culture, values, purpose, and direction guiding all your teammates and keeping them on track. There are layers of this, and I will go deeper in my next video, but at least now I imagine you have an idea of where to start going about your communication. So to sum this up, you need 4 things. Write down your communication principles, guidelines, do's and don'ts, or red lines. Put the CEO's preferred image of the company in clear words. Get the mindset of each team member aligned and make a consistent image of your company. I hope this helps. Stay close.